What's up, everyone? I'm Jonathan Panda. Welcome to my channel. Now, I believe that Colorado football has taken over Alabama's football spot. Do you guys believe so? If you don't, check this out because this will change your mind.
I believe.
I
believe.
believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. Family. Anyways, as y'all can see, that's the Colorado Buffalo getting pumped up by the man, the GOAT, Coach Prime. And as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I believe that Colorado football has taken over Alabama's football spot. And I mean it. Thanks to the transfer portal and the Coach Prime effect. Oh my. See, look, I'm not an Alabama hater. Matter of fact, I was an Alabama fan. Well, I wouldn't say a fan. I was more of a bandwagon. And that's because they had all the hype. So I followed on. Now, I still like Alabama, but, the Coach Prime effect, this is one to remember. And I'm telling you all, I'm about that hype too. If you're not about that hype, what are you doing? You're missing out on good games every single Saturday. Oh man, if you watch a Colorado football game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Are you a Colorado fan? If you are, write it down in a comment. If you're not, boo. Anyways, let's get into it. So now, ever since the transfer portal changed and players are now allowed to transfer, it's been a wild ride for college football, especially the big schools like Alabama. Because before, if you decide to transfer out of a school, a coach can tell you, or they can kind of they could kind of restrict you from going to opposing schools. Like, let's say you went to Alabama. If you were to transfer out of Alabama, they could say, oh, you know what? I don't want you going to Georgia, LSU, or Colorado. But now they can't. Now players can transfer and there's no effect. There's no season ending effect. There's no, you have to sit out for 1 year effect. You don't have to do that anymore. Now players can play at whatever school they want. That's if they're good and if the coach wants them. But anyways, and Coach Prime, we all know he's the GOAT. I don't have to explain too much. But the story just gets better and better. Coach Prime unexpectedly started coaching. And now he's a coach at one of the biggest schools, in the largest schools in the United States. And man, I am lit, as y'all can tell. If you're a Colorado fan, I know you feel good too. But I want to talk a little bit about the facts and the details about what I know and what I've researched. So, anyways, I got tired of hearing about Alabama. Ever since I learned about college football, all you hear, Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. And here's the thing. Alabama just overshadows every single college football program. Now, that's not a bad thing for Alabama, but in terms of viewership for other schools and just recognition, that's bad for the other schools. I'd like to see some schools that I know of get shouted out, or get referred to for being powerhouses for football. Like, for example, a lot of people don't know about their state's main college football program because Alabama overshadows college football. And now that's turning around. Like, I would like to see schools like North Carolina Tar Heels get some recognition, although they're probably not as good in terms of rankings. But I want to see other schools get some love. Every time you hear football, before the Coach Prime effect, all you hear is Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. Yes, they are great. They have had some of the best players to ever step on a field. Oh my gosh, some of my personal favorites. Julio, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy. Oh my, the list just goes on and on. Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. Tua Tagovailoa. Oh my! So you guys get the point. Alabama has been the powerhouse, and now I believe it's time for them to take a step back because now Colorado has taken over, and it's been an amazing ride so far. We're only 3 weeks into the season, by the way. Only 3 weeks into the season, and the hype just keeps growing and growing and growing. Now, the Coach Prime effect is even more interesting because we all know he's a legend, but we don't talk a lot about Coach Prime himself because although the school was not, well, the college football program at Colorado was not successful last year, and now the Coach Prime effect has turned the program around. I think we're all forgetting that Coach Prime is not fully healthy. You know, this story gets better and better. I don't know if you all know, but he had a severe surgery back in July. This was less than 2 months ago. Back in July, he had surgery on his foot. If you guys don't know, Coach Prime had a blood clot. I don't know exactly what year, but from the sources that I've researched, you know, he revealed it. So I'm comfortable talking about this, although this is medical information. I don't know too much, but I'm just talking about what I've read and what I've heard him say. But he had a blood clot, and because of that, he almost had his whole leg amputated. And by the way, he's still going through some of that. These are some severe cases right here. Rare cases. I don't know if it's rare. I don't know too much of how rare blood clots are, but this is severe right here. You don't want a blood clot, and we see the amount of success that he's having right now. You know, from changing the program upside down to being undefeated, having both of his sons play on the field at the, oh my gosh, at the same school. You guys see how great this is, not only for Coach Prime himself, but for the culture. Let's be for real now. Black men are not always given leadership roles, and we see it right now. A leader, Deion Sanders, he's been granted the opportunity to be a head coach, and he's a black man, and this is different. If you haven't been keeping up with the news, or keeping up with the stats or looking at college football rosters, most coaches are white men. And what race are the majority of the players? Black athletes. Now, yes, there are other races on the field like white players, Hispanic. You know, there's so many different races on a football field. But when it comes down to the ratio for athletes and coaches, it's totally different. It's almost black and white. It basically is black and white. The coaches are mainly white and the players are mainly black. And to have a black man coaching a successful program, that's one of the best things to happen, not just for college football, but for the nation. Let's be for real, because Colorado football is on the news every day. If you haven't heard about it, then you've been in a closet or you've been under a rock, because every time I turn on ESPN, get on Twitter, Colorado, Coach Prime, the effect just gets better and better and better. And I'm just saying, like, I'm excited. But like I said, Colorado's taking over. Now, let me tell you guys about some stats so far. So far, week 3 just went by. We're currently in September. Today is currently September 17, 2023. So week 4 is coming up, and Colorado is ranked number 19. Number 19, they're a top 25 school now. How amazing is that? Let me show you all the stats real quick. I don't want to just say it. Let me show you all. Let me show the graphic. You guys just don't want to hear me talk. So as you all can see right here, check these stats out. Y'all see that? What does that say? What does that say? Hold on, let me show a much better image, because you guys are seeing the numbers, but you're not seeing the actual schools. Check this out. I gotta block my face. But yeah, here we go, right here. Y'all see that? So right underneath Duke, we got Colorado right here. Number 19 in the nation. They're a top 25 school. And that's wild because last season, you guys guess how many games they won? They won one game, and we're in week 3. They've already defeated all 3 teams. Amazing. You know, God is doing big things for Coach Prime in Colorado, and we're witnessing it right now. Another thing that I want to talk about is their schedule. See, so far they've won the last 3 games. Now, they have 2 big schools that they have to compete versus Oregon and USC. Now, those schools are not going to be easy to beat. I'm going to be for real. And Oregon, I'm not too worried. That's going to be a battle. They're going to clash. They're going to have to put some work in for Oregon because Oregon is not going to be easy to defeat. But USC, oh my. USC is a school that they really have to come in and have everything ready because USC has been playing phenomenal this year. They're undefeated and they're stacked on the offensive side in terms of receivers and their quarterback, Caleb Williams, the 2022 Heisman winner. They got the 2022 Heisman winner on their team. And their receivers list is stacked. They got some of the best receivers. I can't even name them all. Their whole roster is pretty stacked. Let's be for real. But their starting guys, they're elite. They got Brendan Rice. If you guys don't know who that is, that's Jerry Rice's son. And true freshman, Zach Branch. I promise you, you all will hear more about Zach Branch after this season. He's basically a college Tyreek Hill. I promise you, watch his highlights. Zach Branch is taking over college football in terms of being a wide receiver because this dude can do it. He can do it all. He can run the kicks back, he can catch, and he's got some blazing speed. The guy is basically Cheetah 2.0 when I think about it. So USC is going to be probably the hardest school that they have to face as of now. We're still in week 3. As the season goes on, we'll be able to determine which schools are good and which schools are pretty much not going to make the playoffs and stuff. But anyways, I want to show you guys a little bit more about Alabama being taken over by Colorado. See, like I said, I am not hating on Alabama. I used to be an Alabama fan or Alabama bandwagon. And, oh man. Well, hold up. Alabama's ranked 13th now. I don't know if you guys can see, but Alabama's right here, 13th. And they're one of the most popular schools. They're still up there. They're still up in the top 25. But, you know, Colorado, whew, they're coming up. Anyways, check out this little meme that I saw from someone about Coach Saban. I thought this was kind of funny. I'm like, yo, the guy just didn't. Oh, man. Read it. He said, yeah, Nick Saban is done with this team. Now, I don't believe this. I believe that Nick Saban still has hope for his team. This is just like a little meme. And I believe this is after the game that they played versus Texas, but they were defeated by Texas, unfortunately. Well, technically, I'm not too much of an Alabama fan now, but still, unfortunately, they lost to Texas. Texas has been showing out too. But yeah, Alabama, I believe the dynasty is coming to an end because the Coach Prime effect is here, and I don't know if it's gonna end fast. But quick updates about Colorado, man. So Travis Hunter was injured. And it was because there was a player who got well, I don't know if he got jealous, but he was just furious. I'm pretty sure it was jealousy, but he was furious. And this was like during the second half of the game. Travis Hunter was going up for a catch, and number 11 from Colorado State just came and hit Travis Hunter right in the ribs. And now he's pretty much out for like 2-3 weeks. I don't know for exact how many weeks he's out for, but Coach Prime said he's going to be out for about a couple of weeks. And he's Colorado's. Let's be for real. Shedeur is the leader of the team. He's the quarterback. But when you think about Colorado, why it's so big too, Travis Hunter is one of the main reasons why Colorado is so popular. Although Coach Prime is the main reason, but when you think about it, Travis Hunter plays a big role in why this whole Coach Prime Colorado effect has been so large. And that's a story for another day. If I talk about that, this video is going to be long. But this video is just to remind you all that Colorado's here and they're taking over. If you haven't hopped on to the hype, it's time. It's time because this year they're coming. They may just play at the national championships. And if they do, oh my, I might just try to buy a ticket. And their ticket prices are going up, by the way. So if you can afford a ticket, get one. I promise you, you won't regret it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Come back for another video like this, and I'll see you on the next